One.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Greetings from the Prospecta product team. We'll be starting the webinar soon. We're just waiting for our participants to join in. So allow us just maybe a minute more. And we are almost ready to go live. Okay, I can see.
You are live right now. So we are live.
Yes, thank you so much. So let's get started. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Piyu Mukherjee, and I'm a part of the product team of Prospecta Software. I am thrilled to host this webinar. Today, we'll be discussing our exciting new product, MDO One. We will explore its features, functionalities, and how it can benefit your organization. We will be opening the floor to your questions post the webinar presentation. In the interim, you may type in your questions into the Q&A section of this chat. We will address as many as we can. For the benefit of all our audience here, which includes our customers, partners, and my colleagues from Prospecta, we'll keep the audience mic on mute for the duration of the webinar, such that all of us can gather insights from the session without any interruptions. It's my pleasure now to introduce our guest, Rahul Sethi, Product Manager at Prospecta Software. Rahul has played a pivotal role in the development of MDO One, and he'll be sharing his insights and expertise with us today. Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, Piyu. Hello, everyone. Good to have all of you here. I'm Rahul Sethi, Product Manager for MDO. I have over 12 years of experience working with Prospecta with uh, good experience in implementing master data management solutions for customers. And last 5 years, I've been working on the product side and leading the core platform enhancements and the master data management solutions. Today, we are excited to share our upcoming feature MDO One View. Goal is to help you understand how this feature improves your data quality and visibility, how it will help you in increasing your overall efficiency of your data records and processes. Here is a brief overview of what we'll cover in the webinar today. So we'll be starting with a quick introduction and overview of what MDO One View brings on the table for our customers. And then we'll be deep diving into the key features and functionalities that it brings for the users, benefits for our customers. Further, we'll also be touch basing upon what roadmap we have around MDO One View, as we'll regularly be enhancing the capabilities and bring in more features into the feature. Followed by that, we'll have our questioning. We'll be catering to all your questions. So I appreciate if you would keep putting all your questions in the in the chat panel, and then we'll have dedicated time to answer to most of your questions, hopefully. Yeah, that's it. Maybe I'll start with one view. So without further ado, let's deep dive into our first topic. Maybe it's understanding the MDO One View. Now, MDO One View is a powerful tool that offers a unified, customizable, and comprehensive approach to data management and quality monitoring. So if we see what it brings to us is this is what it defines. These are 5 things which defines MDO One View experience for our customers. Centralized data access. So currently we have different data sets, and multiple data sets can be used for maintaining data. Multiple dashboards are defined for visualizing the data, all of which can now be accessed directly from the home page. So we are trying to get more focus on the home page and the workspace experience for the users, and they can have all their data sets and dashboards directly accessed as per their needs. Additionally, seamless record retrieval. So one view will bring the focus of your last access record automatically. So if you have if you have been an approver or requested for a new record last time, and or search for a particular data record last time, that will be available for you next time when you come and access the same data set. So directly that one view corresponding to that record will open, and you'll have the flexibility to change and search for any other data record that you would want to like to. Uh, Additionally, enhanced data context. So the primarily what it does is it brings all the different data aspects that you have around your data records, like quality related data, including all your key data informations for your data records, uh, possible duplicate information from external sources, critical data elements, uh, and all these informations will all be visible directly on your one view. So you don't have to go to 10 places to understand your data record and different aspects around it, and it will all be available in one page for you now. Next, it brings more compliance visibility because critical data elements can now be monitored easily from here. It also shows you the visibility why a particular critical data element for your data record uh, is not is the record is not compliant for that, because one or more than one of the rules might not be successful for those records. So it will bring you that visibility in one view as to which rules are driving the record to be non-compliant for a particular critical data element. Uh, Data quality perspective. So we have our data quality metrics that we can define in the platform. Uh, what it brings is it brings in the respective data quality score and overall data quality score, as well as the dimension wise scores can now be accessed directly from the one view. If multiple data quality metrics have been defined, which we can do for different data contexts for different roles, the users can also switch between metrics and see the respective scores, because every metrics can serve a different context, different perspective. Yeah. So now we can jump to let's deep dive into our specific features and functionalities that it brings to the table for the users. Uh, so I would like to start. So first and primarily, it increases our overall usability because it will bring in the focus more on the home page, and that data sets and dashboards can now be accessed from the home page, from the workspace section. Additionally, users can also save them for future access. So they can enable them, pin them in the workspace, and they will be directly available on the home page. So it makes the overall usability experience better for the user with reduced clicks. Uh, Last search record, as I mentioned, it will be staying in the search history, and as user comes next time, also they will be able to see the last access record or the record that they worked upon last time directly getting opened. If they need other, if they're looking for any other record, they can search further and go to that record and open the one view for that respective record. Uh, Key data visualization. So what it brings is it brings different key elements around your data. You can get your focus fields or key fields that you want to visualize around your data records. Additionally, specific characteristics. Sometimes there can be uh, classifications, classes and characteristics, which are very governance related, common to all our data records and that data sets. So we can even fix those classes and bring in couple of characteristics which are more or less in SAP world work like extended fields, and they can also be directly embedded onto your OneView page to give your key as your key data elements. Additionally, it also gives you a visualization of your org level data. Let's say if it's like if for your material masters, it will be giving you a visualization on which plants the data exists, and uh, I'll be showing that in the prototype too, but this is just a quick overview and then we can jump onto the prototype. Uh, Additionally, it shows me and gives us a visibility of the classes that we have assigned for the data records and the associated characteristics, which can be dynamic too. Uh, Related data records. So another good capability that it brings in is it will give you a visibility of the key usage of the record. So if your material master is used in 5 info records, 3 bill of materials, that visibility will now directly be available on your one view for that master record. And you won't have to go to different data sets to get that information. So it gives you all those comprehensive insights that you need to make any decisions on your data record. Uh, Recent activity tracking. So yeah, I mean, what it additionally will provide you further visibility on uh, any actions that have been, any activities that have been performed around your record. So all your recent interactions with your data records, uh, right from importing the data into the system to any change requests that have been performed over the record, those will be available as in the recent history, recent activity. It also emphasizes which activity tou- uh, act, which activity involved critical data elements, like any of your critical data elements, if they were modified or um, added, then those informations will be very easily visible from the recent activity tracking, bringing in more focus on the critical data elements around your data records. Uh, Key features and functionalities, again, continuing with the same. So open and completed CRs, it gives you a snapshot of the number of open and completed requests, change requests that have been done in the past for the data records. And even you can, from the same page, same one view, directly access the respective detailed process logs to see who and when those changes or those requests were performed, and view the audit logs also. Compliance monitoring. So as I mentioned, it brings in a lot of focus on the critical data elements. So you can now monitor compliance with your critical data elements directly from the one view page. It gives you even those rules which are driving a particular driving your record to be non-compliant for a particular field. So those kind of information will also be visible from the same page. So additionally, attachments. So now this another feature is you can enable your critical attachment fields and for one view. And what it will bring is it will allow you to show you those critical attachments, like let's say if there are guidelines that we have uploaded around your records, or any other material specific, code design specific attachment fields that you have in your process. Those can be directly embedded into your one view, and you can have direct access to your attachments, which makes it more efficient. Customer widgets. Now that's something which further brings in a lot of. So currently we were all talking around data that is residing in MDO. Now custom widgets capability allows us to get data which is not even in MDO. So it gets you all the data. It allows you to define your uh, and extract your data from the external sources, and it further enhances data context by displaying relevant information from external sources. So any additional information you may want to bring in from your target systems or your any other reference systems that you may have in place, those can now be visible and made visible in the one view only. So user does not need to go to four systems to get that information. Comprehensive DQ scoring. So again, as I said, it provides you a snapshot of what your overall data quality score is based on your defined data quality metrics, or the dimension specific scores that you have. Just to give you more visualization around how this overall will be available and how the feature will be looking like. I'll quickly jump onto the prototype. Give me 1 minute.
We have a very healthy audience, Rahul. They're all looking forward to seeing the prototype.
Yeah, sorry, I'll just have to stop sharing. I'll just share again. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Yeah, so just as I mentioned, all your data aspects can now be accessed from the home page. So homepage will now allow you to get your data sets or even your dashboards uh, directly from your workspace. And the workspace, you can also pin your critical data sets that you regularly work upon, or your dashboards that you regularly view, and those can be directly accessed from the top. Otherwise, any of your other data sets or dashboards that you have enabled, based on your recently which one you have accessed, it will automatically keep reflecting it on top in the recent section. when we access the data sets, it directly gets you to your master record. So if there is no search history for your user, then it will get you to it will directly ask you to search the particular record that you want to display. Uh, let's say I'm if the search, if there was a search history associated with the user and he has worked on a record recently, it will directly open the one view corresponding to that record. Now, what this one view brings, as I said, like it brings you all the different kind of informations collated, which gives you the overall perspective of your data based on different data aspects. Uh, so, uh, so it starts from like the critical information, key informations, which is the number, the target system reference numbers, and the descriptions, which actually defines the meaning around your data. Uh, then you can have your key fields. You can define these fields, like the key fields which actually define your master data and gives you a perspective of your data record. So those can be defined and enabled for quick visibility here. Compliant information, non-compliant information. So fields that you have defined as critical data elements, it gives you a clean picture of what data elements the record is compliant for or is non-compliant for. So like as we can see, MRP type, there are two rules, business rules that have been defined around this field. And the business rule corresponding to lot size Z1 requires MRP type to be either PD, VB, or V1 is satisfied for this data record. But the other business rule that has been defined around the same field is not uh, complying for this data record. So it's giving you that perspective why the record is not compliant for a particular field. So if any of the rules around a particular field uh, are uh, are not successful for that record, then it will automatically be showing up as a non-compliant field for that data record. Change request. Similarly, you can also monitor your compliant fields, like the fields for which the data record is compliant with, and that gives you a business perspective around your data record. Change request, you can access your change request. As I mentioned, you can directly access the open and completed change request from here, and even access the detailed process logs around them. Similar records. So another good thing that it will be bringing for us is similar records capability. So it helps you get your potential duplicates directly shown up here. So based on your defined rules, it will bring you the possible duplicates both within the system, within the data set, and also we'll have the capability in our roadmap to get data from external systems and even enrich data from them. So those will be available to harmonize the data into multiple sources. So multiple data sets. So let's say if your customer master data is in 3 systems, we can have all those as different data sets in MDO, and uh, the feature will help you visualize the duplicate that you have across systems and across data sets too, and harmonize your data and update your information and keep that consistent in all your data sets. And same thing can further be used to within the same data set. If you have three potential duplicates, you can monitor them. You can further perform match and merge around those duplicates, and that's something which is in roadmap not for us. And you can perform the match and merge process. You can define your golden record. System will also propose you a golden record and flag the other duplicate records for deletion. So that's the something which will be very exciting. Additionally, all your data quality aspects, like as I said, based on your defined data quality metrics, uh, it automatically reflects the overall data quality score and the dimension specific score. On top of this further, it also will be further driving more guided remediation. So if you want to now from here itself improve the data quality for your record, you can directly initiate the remediations from here. So you don't need to go to the separate schema or perform a transaction separately and fix your data. The system will now, MD1 will now bring in that focus into fixing your data when you're viewing the information by guided remediations. We can view and monitor our attachments directly from MDO One view. As I said, these are different attachment fields that you have in the process. So I can access the respective documents that I've uploaded for my data record directly from here. Same thing, recent activity. Now it will track all the activities that have been done around your data record. So right from it when it was imported into the system, if it was synced from an external system as a BAU process, or any change requests were performed or approved by a particular user, everything will be tracked in your recent activities section. So further, you can click here and you can further go through the respective logs to understand more details around it. Related data, again, earlier a user has to go in different data sets like info record or bill of materials or task list to understand where it is used. Now this information will be available directly against the record, and you can now view, okay, this material is used in two info records. This material is used in two bill of materials, and you can define what details you want to show there too. So it's completely customizable what information you want here to be displayed. Uh, Similarly, like other key elements around your org level data, plant data, valuation data, that can be made available, that will be available for view here in the one view. Classification data, just like your additional information, can be viewed here. Usage, so any information from your external sources, whether you want to just publish account for your open POs in your SAP target system, open transactional data, get stock from your SAP environments or any other third-party system and display them here. So that can also be done with this capability. So it can be any kind of capability. It can even be any extra information that we want to bring in from DNB, let's say from in vendor perspective, get the information based on the linked DNB number and display that information from DNB. So those kind of things can also be done with this. I'll so that's the overall perspective of what is coming in the immediate roadmap. There are many other things that we will be having further in our down the line in our roadmap. I'll quickly jump to sorry. Yeah. So what it brings for our customers, again, I mean, that's something which is very important, how it will benefit us. Uh, so the holistic data picture. So basically it brings you the holistic 360-degree data perspective of your data. Provides a comprehensive view of your data records by encompassing all different data aspects into one place. Contextual data insights. So uh, it basically presents your data in a contextual manner, highlighting interrelationships and dependencies that enhance understanding and analysis of your data record and helps you make your decisions better around your master data. Data quality insights. So as I mentioned, it gives you the overall quality around your data and based on the dimensions, based on the defined dimensions and your associated rules. Compliance. So it gives you a perspective of how compliant you are with your critical data elements and what critical data elements a record is not compliant with. And these can be further reported to. Streamlined duplicate detection. As I mentioned, the feature will give you a view of similar records, not just within the data set, even in across data sets. So if there are multiple data sets involved where we are getting data from multiple systems, it will also be able to identify similar records in other systems. Even externally, we will be having it will provide you the ability to identify similar records in external systems and perform the required actions accordingly and unify your data across all your systems. So unified external data access. So it allows extraction and integration from different sources to bring in the other data that is not there in the system, which is required for the decision making for the users. So it enhances overall experience for the users because they will get all the data in one place and they don't need to go to three systems to get that information, the relevant information. Comprehensive audit trails, as it says, comprehensive detailed audit trails around all the activities that have happened around the data records. So it's all in the same place. So you don't have to go to 10 different process logs to understand what has happened and who has done or initiated any activity around your records. Customizable workspace. Again, as I said, you can customize your workspace. Uh, you can define what are the main data sets or main dashboards that you work on a regular basis, and you can pin them on your workspace, as I showed you. Now, the next is, I would say, the roadmap, what we have in roadmap for MDO One. So it will be a ongoing development for us. It will be something where we'll regularly be investing our time and bring in more features and capabilities to bring in more aspects around the data and get make it more easy for the users to understand and get the insights from the data. So uh, what we have is customizable user views of your MDO One. So today, I mean, with immediately what we will be doing is, it will be a system driven MDO One view where different kind of capabilities will be available, and different data aspects will be available for your data records. But in 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 the roadmap, we'll be working on further capabilities by providing users the capability to define what they are interested to view into. Maybe all the information is not relevant to them, so they will be able to define what they want to view, or what they are interested in. Match and merge, as I said, like today it will be like more of visualizing duplicate records and similar records in your data set. But in the roadmap, we'll provide match and merge capabilities where you can perform and define your golden records, do the matching and merge your data, improve your data quality around your master record, flag the other uh, similar records for duplicates and mark them for deletion. Uh, Additionally, it will also help you in harmonizing data across systems, because we will be the same similar records will also gives you a perspective around other data sets or data from other data sources, and you can harmonize your data across different sources and unify the names, and unify the overall data that you have in different systems. AI-driven insights, that's something which is very exciting. Again, we will be further delivering AI-driven insights around your data records. So we are already started working on specific uh, data AI-driven insights, which are very common, but sometimes most of it will be solution-driven. Depending upon data sets, we'll be launching our solutions with different AI-driven insights. Like for materials, it can be very different how we perceive the data, and for vendor it can be very different. So depending upon different solutions, we'll have our AI driven insights available for use, and that's something that will bring in more detailed analysis on your data. Guided data remediations, as I said, quality, it's not just for visibility. System will now guide the users to get their data quality up to the mark. uh, it will give you the score, but additionally, it will also make you easily fix your data by directly initiating those requests from here by viewing the data quality and initiating the remediation from here. Uh, Hierarchy view. Now, that's something which is again very exciting. We will have the capability to view our data records which are hierarchical in nature, and that can also be accessed from the one view. So that's something which we are parallelly doing, but the access for those hierarchy views will be available even from the one view. So if your particular record um, is of hierarchical nature and has multiple related data records within the same data set or other data sets, uh, you will be able to visualize them in a hierarchy, and that can also be accessed from your one view. Enhanced collaboration tools. So collaboration chat channel can now also be accessed from one view, but it will further promote more collaboration tools where you can collaboratively work with your team and um, improve your data quality and work around your data records. Yeah, that's it for what it brings for us on the table. I am happy to take any further questions that you may have around this. Anything that you feel is not very clear. Uh, happy to take those questions.
Thank you so much, Rahul. That was a very insightful session, and the prototype was definitely very interesting. And I'm sure the audience here is very excited to see what's coming in MDO and what's new. And of course, a comprehensive and centralized view of all our data in one place is something that is definitely going to enhance the work experience for all our users. I have quite a few questions which are coming in from various team members. And what I'll do is I'll try and collate it for you very quickly so that we have it all in one place.
Yep.
So, all right, let me share my screen. I've tried to put together some of the questions. Right. So, yeah, here we are. A few questions, Rahul, we start with is how does the MDO One view integrate with our existing setup and data sets? Does it require any configuration separately?
By default, when the feature will be released to our customers, I mean, we don't need any extra setup to enable the feature. The capability will directly be enabled for our users, but certain information or data aspects require additional setup. Otherwise, they won't be able to display me the right kind of information that needs to be visible there. So those extra setups will needs to be defined by the end users. As soon as we go live with this feature, it will start showing up and it will reflect automatically for the user. So we don't need any setup to enable this separately. But data aspects will require some additional setup, and it will not have any, it will not be it directly easily integrates with our existing setup because it is not updating any of our data. It's just sitting on top of our data and giving us the collated picture of different data aspects.
Mhm. For example, you were speaking about the compliance and non-compliance
Yeah,
and how we have to set the rules and select over there. So it sort of sits on top of what is already defined and shows us the view that we want to see. Am I
yeah,
understanding correctly here?
yes, for you. Rightly mentioned.
All right, let's take a couple of more questions. Um, well, the next question which came up was, how does OneView ensure data accuracy and consistency across integrated systems? And this is, I think, a very valid question.
Yeah.
So Rahul.
Yeah, so as I mentioned in our roadmap, like the capability that we are trying to build is system. I mean, and OneView will provide you visibility of your similar records, not just within the data set, also across different data sets. And different data sets can have data corresponding to multiple systems. So it will give you visibility of equivalent records in the other data sets or other systems. Even externally, it will be able to read data from other systems and show you there. So, and you can accordingly decide as a user what you want to perform as an action. For the same data set, it will show you the potential duplicates in the same data sets. So you can do the match and merge and all those actions and define your golden record and further reduce your duplicates. Uh, Additionally, the duplicates that you have identified, you can even flag them for deletion. And if I extend this to further uh, identified similar records from other systems, you will be able to view data parallelly as maintained in the other data sets or externally, and you can then unify your data records. You can uh, maintain same description, same customer names in all your systems, unify them, and that can again be sent for updates into the external systems. So this helps you in unifying your data records and increasing the data accuracy and consistency across all your integrated systems by doing the data harmonization. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's something I think a lot of our users are looking forward to.
Yeah.
Match and merge is something that we have been hearing for a long time. So I'm
Yeah.
sure it's an exciting feature that everyone's waiting for. We'll take one more question, which is what customization options are available for widgets within
Yeah.
OneView?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll share my screen view again.
Sure. I'll stop sharing.
So as I said, like customization, once we go live with this feature, a few things will require setup, but few things can be directly displayed, like the description, the record number, open requests, and all these will directly be available. But certain things like showing the similar records needs a rule. Showing the data quality metrics results needs a data quality metrics. Uh,
Yep.
Showing the compliant information, you need to have your critical data elements defined first. So if they will be defined, you will be able to directly view them. Uh, Key fields. So in similar manner, like different kind of insights or data aspects that it brings, some may need definition, but that will all be dependent upon who can do it. So our roles and security framework will be very robust, and it will allow you to define who can define these setups, who can define what rule actually displays you the similar records or how it should work, and they can accordingly define your one view experience. Uh, so people with the right access will get this configure option, and they can further disable or enable certain widgets too, because not in every data set org levels will make a business sense, because it's very specific to material customers where we have different org levels. But in a master data like function location, there is nothing like org levels. So you can define and disable it for function locations, but you can keep it enabled for material masters. And further, it will have every data perspective will have its own settings where you are defining the nitty-gritties around this, how to get that kind of insight on the output. So this level of customization will be available. You can define what feeds you want to display in the key feeds. You can define uh, your default data quality metrics also. You can define what attachment fields should be available for direct access here. uh, when you're displaying related data, what data sets you should be showing here, what fields should be available as information directly here. So those kind of customizations can be done, and accordingly it will create you a unified view of your data with all the data aspects.
All right, that sounds fair. We have an interesting question, Rahul. I'm going to read it
Yeah,
out. This comes with regards to the AI-driven insights that you spoke about.
yeah.
So we have someone asking that what type of AI-driven insights are you planning to
Mhm.
implement in MDO?
Yeah.
MDO One
So
View. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it will be very solution driven thing. I mean, because it's very data specific thing. I mean, AI needs trained models and all those things. So we are in where we are investing further in future. What's there in our roadmap is for our solutions, like materials and uh, materials, spares, and even assets. So depending upon the kind of master data that we are talking around, we'll have the respective context-driven models that will be there, and we can embed them in the respective one views. So we'll have a widget, something similar to this. We'll have a widget where we'll be able to embed and display results from those data models that we have defined for AI
Mhm.
models, trained models. Uh, Context wise, I mean, just to give you one example, let's say if I'm viewing a particular equipment and uh, I want to, we want to check in SAP and automatically bring in the, check out the notifications, read the text in the notifications, read the equipments number associated, because most of the times the notifications will have equipments catered to in the long text. So reading them from the long text and getting them displayed here can be one use case that we will be able to build through those AI type of capabilities. So it will require the trained models and overall capability. Platform will bring in the capability to do that and link, and you can then refer them in your one view, and that will bring you a wider perspective of your data, which is not easily available.
Right. Moving on to the next question. And this is a question which I think a lot of people will benefit from.
Mhm.
Can OneView handle attachments from different file types and sources? Can we have attachments here?
Yeah, so different file types is already what will be there in what we release as the first draft of MDO1 first release. You can even limit the fields that you want to use, because not every attachment field will will be required to be accessed from the one view. So you can define what fields you want to show here, and different kind of different type of I'll say attachments can be accessed here. So we support multiple types of attachments already in our platform, and all those can be accessed directly from here.
Right. That sounds good and interesting. And yeah, images as well, Rahul.
Yeah, images too. Yeah. And
Right.
also, sorry, I missed it, but you can define like certain data sets have gives for certain data sets, image gives a good perspective too. So you can even upload your images if it makes a business sense. You can define it in the widget, like if you want to use a particular image to represent your data record, and that can be uploaded, which gives you a wider perspective. So clicking on this will automatically open it in a wider view also. uh, like let's say if it's a bomb, or if it's a bill of materials image, providing a reference of all the spare parts that have been defined with the placing of it. So those kind of images will be very helpful around your master data records.
Right. Thank you so much for answering that. Um, Match and merge, we go back to that. And
Yeah.
so we have a question around, does duplicate merge functionality,
Mhm.
is it available for all users or only the admin based on the workflow, that we define?
No, no. So it will be available for all the users. We will be defining the workflow around it. 100%, it will be controlled based on the security that you may have for the users and the rules. So it's not like anybody can initiate those things, because matching and performing matching and merging and golden record identification is something which is very important. We need to understand the impact, downstream impact, understand what other possible duplicates are there, where they have been used. Even before flagging them for deletion, it has to be very thoughtful decision to decide like, okay, this is now ready to be flagged for deletion, not used anymore. And
Mhm.
then match and merge is more to groom your master record, but that's also an action which will be controlled based on your decisions and rules, how your flows have been defined.
Right. Uh, we have a question coming in just now about mass activities. So, how will the mass activities like create and change be handled and facilitated through the one MDO One platform? Yeah.
So one view is more around one records data context. I mean, you can, I mean, it's giving you a visualization of all your data aspects around a particular record. But uh, from bulk data maintenance or management perspective, that's a different kind of capability. We already have our Excel add-in that allows you to bulk create or bulk manipulate, manage your data, bulk update your data records, and that can be used to drive the bulk transactions. But once that those CRs are initiated, everything can be tracked against the individual record. So even if I'm initiating a bulk transaction using Excel add-in that we have to update 100 master data records, uh, each of those will also individually be showing me open change requests that are there uh, on the one view. So that's how the overall data perspective is coming in the one view. But bulk capabilities is something which is driven through our Excel add-in tool. This is more around getting the different data aspects in one place so that the user does not need to go to the data tab or go to the dashboards to get a particular kind of visibility. But it is collating all the different data aspects and bringing you a wider perspective of your data record.
Yeah, I think MDO Excel Connect might be a very interesting topic to take
Yeah,
up also in our subsequent webinars, because mass process is something that most of our users are interested in knowing more about.
yeah.
We have one last question coming in, which is, how do you plan to implement comprehensive audit trails to ensure transparency and accountability with AI? So
With
AI and
AI.
audit. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, So with AI, I would say, I mean, because comprehensive, I would see recent activity and all those things. So can you just repeat the question, Pew? Comprehensive
Yeah.
accountability of your data is what you're saying, right?
Yes. How do you plan to implement comprehensive audit trails? You mentioned comprehensive audit trails in
Yeah.
as one of the functionalities
So
to ensure transparency and accountability with AI.
yes. So what we are working on is basically the recent activity section will bring in the overall wherever the data, a particular data record has been accessed, even if I'm opening a schema, I'm creating a schema and as a BAU process performing a set of rules around that data. Because I've been using that data record to do that, it will be tracked and captured as an activity around that record. So any interactions that a user may be doing in the system around a data record will be captured as a recent activity, including initiating CRs, requesting new CRs, or approving a particular change request, or even if it at system level, a particular record was automatically synced as a BAU process from the external system in the background. So in the timeline, it will keep displaying you where what event happened and that complete picture of whatever has action has been happening around a particular record, all the interactions that will be displayed in a timeline manner, and it will also give you a perspective of where which interactions involve critical data elements. So if in a
Mhm.
particular CR I'm updating a particular critical data element because it is a critical data element, so that perspective will automatically come out from those recent activities sections. So
Yeah.
that will be further enhancing the usability, and they'll know, okay, something which is very important was updated here.
Yeah. I hope we have covered all the questions. Let me quickly look at the chat box once more. Yes, I think we have touched upon all the questions that have been asked. We still have a few minutes. If anybody wants to ask any further question or wants to contribute. Well, Rahul, thank you so much for
Thank
that
you.
very, very insightful session. And
Thank you,
everybody's, I'm
everyone.
sure, yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
it's a
is,
pleasure to have all of you here. Uh, for any questions, you can even touch base with us over email, and you can connect with our team further to give you, if you have any questions around this capability that will be uh, planned uh, planned by our product.
yeah. And I would encourage everybody to know more about MDO and the new features that are coming in and the existing features. We have a lot of content which is there on the website, on our help center. So please do reach out to the product team through the help center as well. If you have any ideas and insights which you feel can be an addition to our product and help us develop a more user-friendly product going forward, please raise your insights as well, and we'll be happy to look at them.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us today. And hope this session was engaging. And stay tuned. We'll be doing this as a regular feature, and we'll bring to you all the new exciting features that MDO is coming up with.
Yeah, rightly mentioned, Pew. I would just like to add again on this. So any feedback that you may have will be very helpful, because this is an upcoming feature. We want it to be very user friendly to all our customers and actually help their business. So any feedback that you may have or what we can further incorporate in this, it will be really appreciated. That's something that will help us in building our roadmap right around this capability.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah,
Malika. We would close the meeting now, and we can give back 10 minutes to our audience.
thank you, Pew.